world where shadows linger just beyond the edges of the everyday, one podcast dares to open the cabinet of the unknown. The Shadow Frequency invites you into a realm of cryptids, conspiracies, hauntings, and mysteries that refuse to stay buried. Each episode, host Matt Wilson and producer Juniper Ravenwood sift through the eerie files of the unexplained, uncovering chilling encounters, listener stories, and whispers from the dark. Step closer, if you dare, and tune in to the Shadow Frequency.
This thing needs WD-40, Matt. Oh, hang on. Got it. All right, let's see what's in here. What's this? It looks like a genie's lamp?
Nope, no way. Don't even think about it. Put it back before we summon something we can't send back.
You're no fun. Fine, no wish-granting entities tonight. Here we go. Tonight's file, episode 209, Stranded in a Parallel Realm.
Perfect. Tonight we're cracking open the story of Lerina Garcia, the woman who woke up one morning in a world just slightly off. Wrong curtains, wrong job, wrong life, and no way back.
This one's going to make everyone check their bed sheets before they go to sleep.
Let's open the file and step into the shadows.
You're tuned to the Shadow Frequency, where the veil between the living and the unknown grows thin. Strange whispers, hidden truths, and things best left in the dark await. Hosted by Matt Wilson, produced by Juniper Ravenwood, featuring Chris Beach. Let's step in to the shadows.
The air feels wrong tonight, doesn't it? Like the world's tilted just a fraction off its axis. And someone slipped through the cracks. In 2008, a woman in Spain woke up to a reality that wasn't hers. Her sheets were different. Her job was wrong. Even her boyfriend wasn't the man she'd kissed goodnight. Lerina Garcia claimed she was trapped in a parallel universe, a shadow version of her own life. Tonight, we dive into her chilling tale, where the familiar turns foreign, and the truth is just out of reach. Matt, you ready to step into the unknown?
Juniper, you know I'm always ready to wander into the fog. That setup's got my skin crawling already. Let's see how much weirder this gets.
Fair warning, listeners, this one might make you question the ground beneath your feet. Matt, take us into the shadows.
All right, Juniper, thanks for digging into the file cabinet and pulling out this gem of a case. It's a weird one, folks, so buckle up. Tonight, we're cracking open the file on Lerina Garcia, a woman who in 2008 woke up to a life that wasn't hers. No skepticism here, just the raw, eerie details of a story that'll make you double-check your own reality. Picture this. Lerina Garcia, a 41-year-old woman from Madrid, Spain, wakes up one morning in March 2008. The sun's filtering through her curtains, same as always. She stretches, yawns, and reaches for her bed sheets, but they're wrong. The pattern's different. Stripes instead of the solid blue she's had for years. She shakes it off, maybe a trick of the light, and heads to work. Lerina's been at her office job for 20 years. A steady gig, nothing fancy. But when she gets to her desk, something's off. Her computer's there, her coffee mug's there, but her department, it's not hers. She's in a different role, under a different boss, in a building she swears she's never set foot in. The hairs on her neck are standing up now. She checks her ID, her driver's license. Everything says she's Lerina Garcia, same as always. But the world around her is skewed. She calls her boyfriend, Augustin, to ground herself. They've been together 7 years, solid as a rock. But when she dials his number, a stranger answers. No Augustin. She tries again, same result. Panicked, she drives to his apartment, only to find another man living there, claiming he's been there for years. Augustin, it seems, doesn't exist in this world. Here's where it gets downright chilling. Lerina goes home and digs through her photos, her emails, her memories. She finds evidence of a life she doesn't recognize. A different ex-boyfriend, one she broke up with years ago, is suddenly back in her life, texting her like they never split. Her current boyfriend, Augustin, not a trace. It's as if her reality's been rewritten overnight, like someone swapped out the script of her life while she slept. Lerina starts investigating her own existence. She visits a doctor thinking maybe she's had a stroke or a mental break. Tests come back normal. She hires a private investigator to track down Augustin. Nothing. It's like he's been erased. But Lerina's not crazy. She remembers details, conversations, moments with him that feel as real as this microphone in front of me. She posts her story online, desperate for answers, and claims she slipped into a parallel universe, a dimension where her life took a different path. Imagine that, folks, waking up to a world where your loved ones don't exist, where your job's not yours, where the very fabric of your reality feels like it's been stitched together wrong. Lerina described it as living in a nightmare she couldn't wake up from. Every familiar street corner had a shadow of something off. A neighbor she didn't recognize, a car parked where it shouldn't be. The air itself felt heavier, like it was pressing down on her, whispering, "You don't belong here." As she dug deeper, Lerina found small clues, objects out of place, memories that didn't align with this world's timeline. She swore she remembered a news event that never happened here, a minor detail about a local election that no one else could confirm. It's the kind of thing that makes you wonder, what if she's right? What if she crossed some invisible line into a reality running parallel to her own, where the differences are subtle but scream wrong in your gut? Juniper, I don't know about you, but this case is giving me chills. What if we're all just one bad night's sleep away from waking up in someone else's life?
Matt, I'm checking my sheets tonight, that's for sure. This is wild. What's next?
Hold tight, folks. Juniper's got something for us before we dive back in.
Wow, listeners, how are you holding up? Lerina's story has me questioning every little detail in my day. Did I always have that coffee stain on my desk? Or is this the universe playing tricks? We're only halfway through this eerie tale, and that's got more to unpack. Are you thinking parallel worlds are real? Or is something else going on? Stick around for the second half. Chris, take it away.
Cheers, Juniper. If the shadows have drawn you in, stay a while. Hit that like button, subscribe, and follow us on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook, or wherever you tune in to your favorite podcasts. Dive deeper at shadowfrequencypodcast.com. There, you can explore our complete episode archive, check out our Shadow blog for deeper dives into each case, snag some exclusive merch, or even help support the show by buying us a coffee. And here's something fun. Leave us a voicemail on the site and tell us where in the world you're listening from. You just might hear yourself on the next episode. Take it away, Juniper.
Thanks, Chris. All right, time to fire up the spectral cosmic message materializer. Flipping the switches now. Let's see what whispers it pulls from the void. Oh, look, a ghostly note flickering through the ether.
Message retrieved from the void.
All right, time to crack it open and hear what our listeners got for us here. Here's a message from Derek P. in Columbus, Ohio. It says, "Hey, Matt and Juniper, I just wanted to say thanks for keeping me company on those long late-night drives. I listen on Pandora through my truck's Bluetooth, and there's something about hearing you two dive into the strange and creepy that makes the dark roads a little more exciting, and sometimes a little scarier. Keep doing what you do. I'll be tuning in every episode. See you in the shadows, Derek P. from Columbus, Ohio." Derek, you're making those midnight drives sound like a portal to the unknown. Thanks for the love. Nothing beats knowing you're out there cruising through the dark with us. Keep those headlights on and send us more stories from the road at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com. Matt, back to you for the second half of Lerina's tale.
All right, folks, we're back in the deep end of Lerina Garcia's strange journey, where reality itself seems to have unraveled. In the first half, we left Lerina stranded in a world that wasn't hers. Different sheets, a job she didn't recognize, and a boyfriend wiped from existence. Now let's dig deeper into this paranormal puzzle and see what else lurks in the shadows of her story. Lerina's days after that fateful morning in 2008 were a descent into the uncanny. She started noticing more discrepancies, small but maddening. Her favorite cafe had a different name, but the barista knew her order. Her apartment key worked, but the lock felt unfamiliar, like it was resisting her. She even found a scar on her arm she couldn't remember getting. Every detail piled onto the growing dread that she was a stranger in her own life. She turned to online forums where others shared similar stories. People who woke up to lives slightly off-kilter, like a radio tune just a hair off the station. Some called it a glitch in the matrix, others a full-on dimensional shift. Lerina latched onto the parallel universe theory, convinced she'd been shunted into an alternate reality where her life's choices had diverged. Maybe, she thought, in this world she never met Augustine, never took that job, never bought those blue sheets. But the question haunted her. How did she get here? Was it a cosmic accident, a tear in the fabric of reality, or something more deliberate, like an unseen force pulling strings? Now, let's pause for a moment of skepticism, because we've got to give our brains something to chew on. Could Lerina's experience have a rational explanation? Maybe she was suffering from a psychological condition, like dissociative amnesia or a stress-induced break. The mind's a tricky thing. It can rewrite memories, blur realities, especially under pressure. Lerina was 41, maybe going through a rough patch at work or in her relationship. Could her brain have conjured this alternate reality as a way to cope? It's possible, but it doesn't explain the physical details, the sheets, the job, the missing boyfriend. Those feel too concrete to dismiss as a mental glitch. Back to the eerie side. Lerina's story never resolved. She kept searching for answers, posting online, reaching out to physicists and paranormal researchers. Some suggested she'd crossed a quantum threshold, a rare event where parallel worlds brush against each other. Others whispered darker theories, that she'd been pulled into this reality by something or someone with intent. Lerina herself started to wonder if she was being watched, like the world itself was keeping tabs on her, making sure she didn't find a way back. By the end of her post, Lerina sounded exhausted, defeated. She stopped updating, leaving her story dangling in the void. Did she find her way back to her real world? Is she still out there, living in a reality that doesn't fit? Or did she simply give up, accepting this strange new life as her own? The silence is what gets me, folks. The idea that she's still out there, walking streets that feel wrong, sleeping under sheets that aren't hers, forever out of sync with the world around her. Juniper, this one's sticking with me. What if Lerina's still out there, trapped in a world that's not hers, watching for a crack to slip back through?
Matt, that's haunting. I'm half convinced my keys aren't where I left them now.
Yeah.
But could it really just be her mind playing tricks?
Good question. But let's let Juniper wrap this up before we start questioning our own realities.
Well, listeners, that was a wild ride through Lerina Garcia's parallel nightmare. A life rewritten, a world misaligned, makes you wonder what's waiting just beyond the veil of our own reality. Thanks for joining us on this creepy journey into the shadow frequency. We love hearing from you, so drop us a line at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com. Plus, you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Rumble, Pandora, and anywhere you get your podcasts. Share your own strange stories. What's glitching in your world? Until next time, keep your eyes on the shadows and your reality in check. Matt, you want to say goodnight?
Good night, folks. Watch those bed sheets.
Good night, and we'll see you in the next strange case. Good night, Shadow Seekers.
This episode was produced with a commitment to exploring the unexplained while grounding our discussion in documented discoveries. All interpretations are speculative and intended for entertainment purposes.